So, hi, my name is Vuvu, and this is Vuvu. What? Take 101. Hi, my name is Vuvu, and this is Vuvu Vena Reads, and this is a Vuvu Vena Reads vlog. And hello, hi to the fan band. Thank you for joining me once more. It's the first time that I'm actually literally picking up a camera this year, and I decided that I'm gonna make Wednesdays vlog days, right? So today is Thursday, the 10th of February, and I am currently finishing off work. It's okay, I can't show you guys what my desk situation looks like right now because I feel like I have done the most trying to start this intro, and I do not want anything else that is gonna cause the situation to be worse than what it is. Okay, cool. So like I'm saying, I want Wednesdays to be my vlog days, which means that I will end vlogs on a Wednesday. Probably means that they will go up quite late on a Wednesday, unless I learn the trick, okay? And make my vlogs a little bit shorter, which is what I would like to do. Shorter for me so that the editing is easier, shorter for you so that you watch from beginning to end. You know what I mean? It's gonna take a bit of practice, but it's the goal, it's the aim. Otherwise, I didn't want to come on here, show my face, and thank you guys so much for hopping onto the family while I was gone. And if you're a newbie who's been seeing me on these streets, forgot to press that red subscribe button down below, do the right thing, fam. We want you over here. We would be happy to have you as part of the family. So please do the right thing, like I'm saying. This is the first vlog of the year. I'd like it to be a little bit of a catch-up situation. So far this month I finished one book, which is Wahala by Nikki May. It's been doing the rounds on socials. It's not next to me right now, it's in my room. And I am currently reading The Scent of Bliss, which is a novella by Ndike Mhlele. This is his debut, which is absolutely beautiful. I have probably not raved enough on this channel about how much I love how Ndike writes. I absolutely enjoy what I have had, what I've read from him previously, which was just Pleasure, which was highly philosophical but quite enjoyable. So this one is also quite lyrical. The prose in this is spectacular. Like, I don't know how to say this without it sounding a bit off, but when you read it, it doesn't... Okay, let me keep it to myself because I know what I'm saying in my head, but I feel like somebody else might take offense to it, so let me just hush, child. So but he's a brilliant writer. Absolutely love what he does with words. This one is quite short. It's 128 pages long, and I'm on page 88, so I've got just about 40 pages to go. Hopefully I'll finish it tonight. So that's what you've caught me in the middle of. And then you guys can't see this far, but this is my stack of books over here on top of my shelf that I plan to get through this month. I don't want to show it to you guys because I have vowed. And when I mean vowed, I sat down with myself, child, and I said, after the disastrous TBR video of 2021, I'll link it up here for you guys so that you guys can gauge how disastrous it was. I no longer qualify to do TBRs, and that's okay. That is perfectly fine by me. What I will keep doing though is wrap ups. So I do owe you a few wrap ups because I started late this year. I didn't even share with you the number of books I read last year, or the books that I actually did read. I got to 41, which was one more than 2020, which was actually, if I am being sincerely honest with you, quite an achievement for me, because in 2021 I was without help at in the house, so it was just me and the kids, and God knows how I got through all of those books. The previous year I could completely understand, you know, there's COVID, there's another grown-up in the house who's helping me take care of the kids. My kids got out of school when COVID started, so there were no school runs. I was working from home. It made sense. 2021 was me surviving life on my head, basically. Yeah, quite literally, actually. That's exactly what it was. I was spinning on my head throughout the year, and I honestly cannot tell you how I got to 41 books. For some it means nothing, but for me, I'm like single mom, 2 kids who are 2 years apart, who are quite young, 6 and 4. I'm now being mom, cleaner, cook, full-time employed, trying to do other things on the side, as well as everything else that comes with being human, being a friend, being a sister, being somebody's child as well. You know, all of these things that are demanding without you needing to take care of yourself as well. They were all there for me, and for some reason I managed to get to that 40 mark again. I always say that ideally I would have liked to hit 50. This is the aim this year, but this year I'm going to meddle a lot in audiobooks, but only audiobooks, not only, let me not say only, but mostly audiobooks that I have the hard copies to. That is my aim, that is my ambition. This here is our new setting, by the way. Hey, your girl got herself a bookshelf. She needs a second one because, you know, I got this bookshelf and I thought it would fit all my books. Not all my books, because I've still got those 2 bookshelves over there that you guys have been seeing, right? So their books aren't there, don't get me wrong, but they're sitting like books should sit now, which makes me very happy. But I thought that the rest of the books would fit on here. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. And your girl just keeps piling them books up. And yeah, let's just leave it at that. So I just want another one, same size over here. I'll get it sometime during the year, I don't know when. I'm not in a rush. The books all over my room, like, I know, maybe I'm being too ambitious, but this, you know, peace, guys, serenity, you know, stillness, you know. When my books started sitting like this, I was like, this is the calm I've been looking for, you know. Didn't know what the storm was, but when the calm came, I was like, yes. Okay, fine, I'm busy fooling around. I should actually be working. I wanted to say, hey, hi, hello 2022, hello, it's the first vlog of the year, and I'm not wearing my glasses. This is awkward and they're dirty, so okay, so let me not stop, let me stop goofing around. So that's that on that. Hello, hi, let me know how you guys have been. How has your year gone? I think so far, counting the books that I read, the books that I read in January, I'm on book 6 of the year. Because I want to hit 50 books this year, I've told myself that I have to basically play around with 5 or 4 books a month. Depending on how my months are, I'm not going to push myself, obviously, and I'm not one of those people who will kill themselves over my target. So if I get like 45, I'll still be happy, but my aim is 50, and that's what we are sticking to. So that's what we are hoping for as well. So should we fall short, we fall short, okay? Life happens. I'm not here for all of that unnecessary pressure, but you get me, right? I feel like by now, those of you who are regulars know who I am, okay? None of that pressure stuff here. Thank you so very please. And because this camera has its view thing here, this is me instead of this being me, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't get used to. My other camera is right here above the lens. So what have you guys been reading? It's been a long week, very long week for me. And I thought I was going to do a bit of romance this month. I don't know if I will, because my TBR list just doesn't look like it has much romance, but I do want to see if I can dabble in a bit of romance. There are books that I want to share with you guys. Maybe I'll share them on Monday, that I recently got. So what I'm trying to do this year is to get the least possible amount of books from publishers. I know, gasp, whatever, but it does put a lot of pressure on you when you have so many books from publishers that you actually can't determine how you're gonna get around to it, especially with my time situation. As much as last year was my practice run on how to manage my year in terms of books, or my time in terms of books, I soon learned that I was no longer reading for enjoyment. I wanted to get through the books that were given to me because it's only fair, you know. And I've still got quite a pile that I haven't gone through because publishers have genuinely been very generous, and I don't want to take that for granted. So this year I want to, like, minimal, whatever you can think of as the least amount of books requested. That's what I'm about this year. Also because I want to get around to the books that I want to read. So the way that I view reading is that there's no book that ever gets out of time, if you get what I'm trying to say. So while we are chasing the new releases and would love to be part of the conversation when those drop, I really don't mind reading a book from 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 40 years ago. I really don't mind, as long as it's on my shelf. It means that I've got some kind of interest in it. Unless it was gifted and it really did not hit the spot for me, then obviously I don't mind DNFing that. But what I'm trying to say is that if there are books, or not if, there are books on my shelf that I wanted to have read by now that I didn't get around to reading because I really wanted to make sure that I chase these books that were given to me by publishers. Even though this is my philosophy that it doesn't matter when I review those, they won't go out of fashion unless it is an arc. And I've received, I want to say, about 2 arcs in my lifetime, so those I got to as quickly as I could. But other than that, like, I don't pressure myself, and I don't feel like a lot of publishers get the fact that I would rather let the noise die down and bring back the idea of this book as still being relevant after the hype. That's just how I operate with a lot of things. Okay, I call myself a late bloomer, I call myself all kinds of things, but this is who I am, and I want to bring a lot of who I am and how I read and what I actually am interested in reading on here, without feeling like I'm chasing my tail, that I'm reading one publisher's book after the next. You hear what I mean, right? So that's what I'm trying to do this year. And more than anything, what I have gotten into now is secondhand books, as you saw the video that I posted last week. That helps me kind of maintain the very little budget that I have when it comes to books. So sales, secondhand books, etc. is where you will find me. It's only seldom, and maybe for a book club, that you will find me actually buying a brand new book. So this is who I have become, okay? Those who will judge will judge. Those who understand will understand. Just stay true to yourself, okay? In the process, like, stay true to yourself. I'm so tempted to show you this new pile of mine, but at the same time, I'm like, no, man, you can wait till Monday, you know. Okay, I'll definitely do the video this weekend so that you guys can see my new baby. Okay, so I've spoken quite a bit in this intro. Let me get to work, get to feeding these kids, preparing them for bedtime. I'm currently finishing off my 9 to 5 work. That's something that I needed to do, which is going to be very quick. And at the same time, I am also editing. So I've got 2 computers open in front of me. I'm also editing a video for my other channel. So those of you who want to get to know me a little bit better outside the book space, I do have another channel. It's just Vuvu Vena, where I share a bit more about me and everything else aside books. Yes, books will be papered here and there, don't get me wrong, but it's mainly about just me as I am, as I navigate life, the things that interest me. I like skincare a lot. If you go on there, you'll realize that also those are the videos that actually get the most views. Skincare, makeup, kind of get into this hair thing, you know, and from time to time there'll be vlogs, traveling, etc. So if you are keen on that, please hop onto that channel. Like I'm saying, it's just Vuvu Vena, nothing else, nothing before, nothing after, plain old me, okay? And there you'll find me just as I am, with every little quirk, every little non-quirk, good days, bad days, kids, and everything else. That's where you'll find it. Okay. Let me get quiet. I've said so much, and I also just want to catch up. You know, I want to chat to you about how last year ended, how this year started, but I feel like I'm saying a lot for this session. Okay, so I'll catch you while I try and finish the Scent of Bliss by King. Hi guys, so it's Friday, it's past 4 p.m. in the late afternoon. I'm tired AF. I have been at my desk for most of the day. Those are my kids, they're playing outside. I've had a couple of reports that I had to do today over and above everything else that I do on a daily. And I'm not done with the second one, which is probably the most demanding of the lot. So I am still working. Yesterday I wanted to just catch you up. Yesterday I didn't read. After I edited my video for my other channel, I cooked for the kids, got them ready for bed, and was exhausted. I watched like an episode or two of Insecure, and then I went to bed. This morning though, I did finish off, this morning / afternoon, I did finish off my as I am autobiography by Cicely Tyson. Absolutely enjoyed that, especially towards the end. Like, it's amazing how much can happen in a person's life, and you know, you think that 90 something years is a long time to live, but it's just a beautiful thing to see that life unfolding and just to see how many lives you can impact in your lifetime. It was just a spectacular read. I did most of the reading, though I did a bit of it on the physical copy. I did most of it via audio, so during my school runs, as I'm cleaning the house, etc., which really helps me when I'm dealing with audiobooks. Absolutely love the fact that she is also the one who's reading the audiobook, so it just gives that extra amount of authenticity to the story. It was very well done. I rated that one a 4 out of 5. I'll probably do a proper, not probably, I will do a proper review of that one on one of my platforms, being Instagram, my blog, or here on YouTube, so do look out for it. And so to catch you up tonight, I just want to finish this. I think that's what I will do. I want to finish this Scent of Bliss by King. I want to show you what I have next on my list. So what I'm trying to do this year, even though it's not like cast on stone, is that I want to make sure, just hold on, Bukanye, yeah, keep it down please. I want to make sure that I balance out my non-fiction with my fiction, right? So I've read this month Wahala was my first book, which is fiction. Now I finished Just As I Am, which is non-fiction. I'm reading Scent of Bliss, which is fiction. It will be my third book of the month. I want to then pick up 2 other books to show you that I want. One will be fiction, the other will be non-fiction. So I might actually even pick up a 3rd one, because I plan to listen to Jane Austen's. I'm still going through my classics. We can have a debate about reading classics and not reading classics, but I absolutely love and enjoy every time I pick up classics, and I never read them at school, so for me it's a brand new encounter altogether. Last year I picked up, quite late in the year because I wanted to pick them up sooner, I picked up Wuthering Heights, which I absolutely loved. I haven't had the time to look into gothic novels since, but it was my first one, and listen to me, it just gave. And I also listened to that one via audio while I was reading as well. I'm gonna do the same for Pride and Prejudice. Yes, I've never read the book. I know a lot about the story, but I've never read the book, so I'm pretty excited. We'll see how it goes. And as usual, if I'm holding a physical copy and I'm listening to audio, it will be either I read along, or if I don't feel like listening, I will then read the physical copy, then pick up the audio, etc. The other classic that I picked up last year was The Great Gatsby, and that one I read just purely off the page and went down good. I enjoyed that one as well. So I plan on picking up Pride and Prejudice, and then my homeboy friend Finally, I'm picking up his book. He's probably given up on me. Anyway, this is Pakamisa Nzamela's Native Merchants, the Building of the Black Conscious Class in South Africa. I am, well, not since varsity days, I actually looked forward to a non-fiction historical work of this nature. But child, listen to me when I tell you that this boy, right, did the things. He did the research. Even the table of contents makes you want to salivate, you know. I booked him for my podcast, whether he likes it or not. That's what friends do for each other. So as soon as I'm done with this one, I am definitely hitting him up. This one, unlike what I want to do for most of my non-fiction, I cannot listen to via audio, but I really want to have the pure experience of this, especially because it's something that's written by a friend. I want to indulge, you know, see the grammatical errors. I'm joking, there's probably no grammatical errors, but he's always been a great writer, so I cannot wait to see what he's brewed up here in the story that he has told. So I'm excited about this. Me excited about non-fiction, I know, but I really am. So that's the next one that I'm picking up. So these are gonna be probably featured in this vlog somewhat. Yeah. So if I end up picking some other non-fiction, my other fiction, which I probably will, because I don't want to, you know me and fiction, right? So I don't want to be stuck with the only physical copy that I'm reading being non-fiction. The other book on my list is an Angela book, which is The 30th Candle. So I'm gonna put all three of these here and see what my mood is like this evening. The 30th Candle, I'm sure it needs no introduction. During the holiday, I read the debut, which is Red Ink. Absolutely. Listen to me, child. I had fun with that book, okay? I probably gobbled it. My dad didn't believe. I probably gobbled it within like 2 days, but 2 days only because I had to stop reading it. It would have been 1 day. I absolutely loved what you did with that book. So, it's Red Ink. And then the next book in her collection is 30th Candle. I do have all her books courtesy of Pan Macmillan. I've only read 2 of hers. I started with her last book because I had to last year because of book club picks, and then I went back to the first one, which was Red Ink. Now I'm reading her second one, which I do believe I might just pick up actually tonight as soon as I'm done with Tigeng over here. I'll probably pick up Red Ink and slot in my Pride and Prejudice in my audio books, and then because I want to be clear on mine, okay, I'll probably start Native Merchants tomorrow. Okay, that's me. You'll probably just see me reading at some point because, like I'm saying, I'm still stuck here at my desk. I have to do quite a bit of work before I can unwind, and it's not work that I want to carry into the weekend. I'm trying to not make a habit of that this year. If I'm doing any work during the weekend, it has to be personal stuff, not anything that has to do with my job. So this is where things stand. I have no idea what's going on outside. I don't even think you guys will be able to see. Ish. Yeah, you can't see. But my son is wearing his Spider-Man costume thing and he's climbing on walls, literally. So pray for me. Anyway, happy Friday. You know what? I give up. It is what it is. I'm so sorry if the lighting here is not working out. I can't be downstairs because my kids are having a jowl. It's Friday. So I'm up here and it seems like my neighbors are also having a jowl. I placed you guys on my bed because for whatever reason the lighting in here doesn't seem to be satisfactory to me. I could be wrong. We'll see when I edit. So I tried to put you at the best place possible. It is now 8:15 on Friday. I finished work maybe, let's say, 45 minutes ago. Had to prepare dinner for the kids, gave them something to eat. I also ate and happened to mess up my entire dress. So that's the catch up. I didn't get around to picking up my book like I said yesterday, so this is what I'm gonna pick up now and get down to it. If I can finish this, then I'm starting brand new books tomorrow, which is gonna be exciting. I won't lie to you guys, I am tired, so chances are very high that, you know what, it's gonna be one of those 20 minutes on one page. I even missed Charity's sprints. Charity had sprints today. Left my laptop downstairs, so I guess it's an indication that I actually don't want to open any more laptops today, so I have to just go on my own power. And it's about time that this vlog had some reading, right? It is a reading vlog, so let's get to it. Let's get down and dirty. Okay, so I'll commit to finishing this one today. You guys are shaking because you're on the bed, like I said. I'll commit to finishing this one today. I'll check in with you guys before I go to sleep. I might start my Pride and Prejudice before bed via audio, so I'll probably start, maybe even if it's chapter 1, because I don't think I want to watch anything before I sleep today. So it will be starting Pride and Prejudice. I am 30 something pages away from the end, 38 pages away from the end. So I'll catch you guys when I finish this and call it a night. Okay, so I'm done. The time now is 3 minutes to 10. I'll admit, besides being slow, I was busy doing other things as well online that I shouldn't have been doing while I was reading. So that's that. I absolutely love Ntikeng. Like I said, I love his prose. I love how he writes. That's what he looks like, for those of you who are curious. I love how he writes. I'll just read you a little bit about him. At the back it says Ntikeng Mhlele was partly raised in Limpopo and Tembisa Township and attended the University of the Witwatersrand, where he obtained a Bachelor of Arts in Dramatic Art, Publishing Studies and African Literature. He is the author of 6 critically acclaimed novels: The Scent of Bliss, which is this one, published in 2008, Small Things, published in 2013, Rusty Bell in 2014, Pleasure in 2016, Michael K in 2018, and Illumination in 2019. Pleasure won the 2016 University of Johannesburg Main Prize for South African Writing in English, as well as the 2017 K. Silo Duca Memorial Prize at the South African Literary Awards. So that's that on him. And like I'm saying, like, for me, it's just how he manages to string words together. It's a magic that I can't even explain. I don't know how to let anybody know unless I have to read like a page or something. But he really does something beautiful on the page that I have not been exposed to. There were moments here, don't get me wrong, during the story that were reminiscent of, I want to say it's J.M. Coetzee's Disgrace. I could be wrong, but there was something very J.M.-ish for me at the start, more especially. But as the story went on, I lost that feeling that this is somewhat familiar. The thing with Ntikeng that I didn't want to say yesterday is that you do feel like you could be reading from someone who isn't black. I don't know how to explain this, okay? Maybe it's his use of the language, maybe it's his authority over the language. Not to say that black people don't have authority. There's a thing, I don't know how to phrase this thing without it coming across as being offensive, and I'm not trying to be offensive. I just want to commend how he seems to spend so much time on his sentence construction and how it leads to the next thing and how it leads to the next thing, painting different pictures in your heads, doing that whole show don't tell situation that brings about the aha moments, that brings about the revelations that automatically come to your head because he's twisting ways in which you can think, I don't know how to explain this, but I'm really hoping that I'm making sense. And I think that this is the reason why I absolutely have fallen in love with his books. It's just the magic, like I'm saying, in how he goes about constructing his stories. Like, it's far more than just the stuff that's on the paper. I don't know if I'm making sense. And like I'm saying, that way of storytelling isn't for everyone. I know a few people that are like, you know, thanks, stick to your stuff, find your own people, I'm not interested. But for me, it's always such a marvel, and I always enjoy anything from him. I've rated this one 4 out of 5. I absolutely loved it. Let me just read you guys, because I do want to do a review on it. So I'll just read you guys just the basic synopsis of the book. It says, Q is diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and resigns as lecturer in creative writing at the University of Good Hope in Lumumbaville. In quiet moments, he reflects on his childhood, the passing of his mother, the strained relationship with his father. Bernice, his pregnant older lover, vanishes one day without ever confirming the baby was his. Now unemployed, Q's life takes a peculiar turn as he searches for her. He finds himself on a haphazard journey to Misty Hills, and it is here, in a field of sunflowers, that he may find the answers that he's been seeking. The Scent of Bliss is an intimate look into Q's life as he struggles with his anxiety disorder, the somber memories of his childhood, and the sense of not belonging. This novella is also a love tale that explores anguish and survival, and the absurdities that define the human condition. And I think that's very aptly put, actually, when I think about the entire book. At the end, I did get a sense of every living being carries some amount of fear, some amount of sorrow, some level of anxiety, and need to belong. So these things seem to be rooted in fear, wanting to be loved, being merged together, and loved not only in the romantic sense, but just loved in the general term of the word. And in navigating life, wanting these different things, there comes a point where we lose sight of who we are and what it is that we're actually meant to be bringing to the world. The one self-aware character that I came across in this book, whose character development is quite interesting and intriguing to me, is Bernice. She is the ideal, but I don't know if she is the ultimate, or she is the realistic or the norm rather figure in any reality, in terms of the level of self-consciousness, self-awareness that she possesses, and the ability to remove herself from things that do not serve her. I don't know if it is ideal, but I'm sorry, if it is the norm, and if it is an aspiration that anyone should have. But it is interesting that you have this character in the midst of all these other flawed characters who are hungering for validation in the midst of fear, shining through in this book. So without giving you guys a full review, I found this book fascinating. Like I'm saying, I find Tiking's mind quite fascinating. So that's that and that. So that's 2 books down today, which is a great achievement. It brings us to 3. I will not log the rest of the night. I am feeling tired. I'm gonna go check on those 2 who thought that they were gonna have an all-nighter, put them to bed, and then the thing is, I'm 2 minds, right? I don't know if I'm gonna start with this tonight or start with this one tonight, or not start with anything at all, and then rather just watch something for the main purpose of going to sleep, you know. I've started Sweet Magnolias, for those of you who are curious as to what it is that I'm watching. I started rewatching Insecure. So I'm in between Insecure, but I'm on season 4 now, so I'm quite ahead. I'm in between Insecure and Sweet Magnolias. So Insecure on Showmax, Sweet Magnolias on what's this thing, Netflix. So Sweet Magnolias, I know that yes, it's a nice storyline. I like those warm, heartfelt type of things, but at the moment it's literally like my sleeping pill. I'm putting it on there so that I can go to sleep in peace. So I might do that. Let me not ramble any further. We'll catch up with you guys sometime tomorrow, okay? When I give you an update, it might not be first thing in the morning, because the aim of this is to not drag these things, Lord, for longer than they need to. So catch up tomorrow. Peace. Hi guys, it's the following day, Saturday the 12th of February, and after catching you guys up on my completion of the Saint of Bliss, I did play Sweet Magnolias as predicted. Dozed off, slept like a child, okay? And this morning I woke up, I started fiddling with other things before I picked up the second Angela McCullough's second book, The 30th Candle. And that's what I've been fiddling with for a little bit now, because I'm only on page 42, so it hasn't been a long time. I love her books because of the short chapters that she manages to put into them. As far as I'm concerned, her pacing is always excellent because of how short she makes her chapters. This one reminds me a little bit about, in terms of the style of the chapters, reminds me a little bit of Critical but Stable. It is named after, the chapters are named after the different characters. In this one we follow 4 specific ladies who are approaching 30, and like I'm saying, she alternates between their different point of views by titling the chapters after the characters' names. You get it, right? I think that made sense. Sometimes I speak and I'm like, are you actually saying what you think you're saying? So I hope I made sense. Anyway, the back reads, okay, who is this guy? You said he's not married, so if you're knocked up, you have to tell who he is, Linda insisted. 30th birthdays loom, skeletons come creeping out of closets. How will this birthday end? Linda has just cast off yet another lover, while the lady can't seem to pin her fast-talking lawyer down to talk about marriage. Nolwazi has a secret. Nolwazi has a secret, one she can't share even with her closest friends, while Sade has found the perfect man and a new life that will shut out the horrors of her past forever. Or will it? Linda, Digeledi, Nolwazi and Sade are about to discover more than the wisdom that comes with being a year older. After all, they're young, gifted and black in a booming new South Africa. So today's very hard, guys. Yeah. So this book was published in 2009, and the fascinating thing so far for me is just references to things like blackberries. Who still has a blackberry? And I think that's a fun of contemporary fiction when you're reading it a few years later. It's just the references to things that were hyped up back then. Like somebody could come on one of these contemporary fiction books from the early 2000s and talk about MySpace, right? To a younger person, they might not even know that MySpace even existed ever. So those things are quite interesting. So it's nice to pick that up. Let me not ramble. I'm going to read a little bit more of this. I do want to open, at least read the first chapter of Phakamisa's book, even if it's the intro today. So I want to read a little bit more of this. I want to get past page 50 or so, and then pick up the other one, and then maybe take it easy for the rest of the day. That is the plan. I try to make milkshakes. That's what this is. Guys, the struggle to focus this camera, honestly. Yeah. Today I'm rocking my mama robe. I'm rocking my mom's robe. I thought that I would pick up Angela Makola early in the morning. I did kind of like abandon this book at a very serious point in the book, so I do want to continue because, like I'm saying, interesting things were going on. I haven't picked it up this week, and to be quite honest, I struggled to pick up a physical book during the week, so it was one of those weeks. I enjoyed the fact that I could actually finish some books through audio, even though my physical going through of the books was not the percentage basically ratio was not as high as I would have liked it to in terms of me picking up the book while listening, but I did pick up the books. These are the books I finished. Ooh, I think trying to find the second one. So these are the books that I finished via audio this week. It's Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and it's The Greatest Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and I'm currently listening to what's this, Prince Caspian. That would be book 4 of the Chronicles of Narnia in terms of the sequence that the book is or the series is recommended to be read in. However, I do understand that the publication dates differ, so some people might read it before a certain one or whatever, I don't know, but I'm reading it according to how my book has listed it, and from what I've seen online as well, that's a recommended sequence. So I am on book 4, Prince Caspian, and I'm probably like left with like an hour and a half. How can I help you, Iana?
There's a dragon.
There's a dragon?
Yes.
In your house?
But he's not evil. He's nice.
It's a nice dragon.
Yes, we was in the dog tub before. Now it's at the dragon tub.
Okay. Is this your dragon?
Yes.
What's the name of your dragon?
I don't know.
That dragon jumps very high. Okay, dragon, I need to read, please. Careful. Close the door, please.
Mommy?
Yes.
When the dragon was running all around the kitchen counter, he actually held his paw.
Yeah, but no running in the kitchen, remember? Thank you. You guys know the deal, you know how it goes. So I am reading via audio and physical copies, just that my copy is by my reading nook. I'm too lazy to go there, guys. Prince Caspian, but for this morning's session I just want to get into the 30th candle as much as I can, probably past the halfway mark, then I'll be so excited. I'll be so happy if that happens. Then I can dedicate my time to native merchants. You know what, guys, and I think I said on Twitter, the reason why I'm so emotional over that book is because I didn't say it on Twitter. I said on Twitter that it's making me very emotional, and that's why I closed it, and it's quite early into the book. But and I think maybe this is why I would probably never have survived a situation of doing plain history. Yes, I did politics in varsity, but history just on its own. It's the taking. I don't know how else to explain it. It's the coming into somebody's house and deciding that you are superior to them in their own space, and then proceeding to take and take and take, and perhaps we should even call it what it is, because it's stealing, to steal without any remorse, knowing full well that there will be no repercussions, but you keep coming back as a guest and you keep stealing, and then you keep wanting to be invited back only to steal again. For me, I think that that's the one thing about the injustice of what happened to South Africa that I will never ever ever be able to get over, ever. And because that book traces the history of how natives in this land were always able to spot gems, like spotting worthy gems that are now commodities, is not something that came with the West. We were able to do that before. How we were able to trade on our own terms in a civilization is not something that came with the West, in a civil manner, and live in a more communal, how do I put this, in a more communal manner, in a manner that was considerate of your neighbor, your family, where people almost, it's not a socialist society, but people almost had enough to survive. There was not this hierarchy or rank of class. We all did the same kind of work. We all did the same kind of thing to make sure that our food was there was food on the table, and we all had enough to make choices on whether or not, above surviving, we wanted the extravagances. Like, for that to be taken away from us, and then for us to be told to be grateful for it, like, nah, fam. And something else that Upakamisa does in this book quite early on that I absolutely enjoy. I think I've had a conversation before. I think I was talking about Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's book, where I say that I don't know if I completely define as feminist. I know that I've had people calling me feminist, but I have no opposition to the feminist theory that I have come across. Thank you, babe. The feminist theory that I have had the privilege to come across, so I can't say that I'm very well versed in the theory, so I can't even put myself there, but I know that obviously there are things that I don't need to have studied to know that I am, if you get what I'm trying to say. But anyway, coming back to that, I enjoy the fact that he has put women in his story. He's given them their spot in history, in merchant history in South Africa specifically, and has so far shown how the men wouldn't have been able to do what the men were doing if the women were not playing their part, and how some of the women were actually part of the hard labor, etc., etc., and how these communities reared up their children, male and female, to partake in the work that led to them being able to trade. So everybody had their role to play. Sorry. Everybody had a role to play, and from what I'm gathering so far, it was not cut out. It was not gender specific, and I think that a lot of what I might be wrong, okay, but I think that a lot of what feminist theory acknowledges the fact that women, despite their agenda or in spite of their agenda, or just view women as participants of society before you view them by the agenda, and whatever societal norms or traits are deemed fitting for that gender, which most often are derogatory and looked down upon. Just look at this person as a human being who has a role to play in society, which is valuable, that without this person certain things would not get done. Just like we can view men in the same gaze. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but I think now I'm starting to ramble. But I'm enjoying merchants. What? Native merchants. So time for some fiction though, you know. Turns on fiction. I honestly don't wish this vlog to be too long, so pray for me, child.